Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boys, the 1, 2, 3 count, a wrestling pod.
I heard this in a while.
Yeah.
Here to talk to you about everything going on in wrestling. You will hear about the Raw review, what we thought about Cody, what we thought about CM Punk, Dom getting punched in the face.
Man.
You hear what's
Yes,
going
the
on
Rick
with
nuts.
Japan. Still giving our ticket giveaway. Jade Cargill has now officially said when she's going to debut. Goldberg needs to shut up about Asuka, and WWE has a new reality show. So let's get into
Let's
it.
get into it.
Raw was last night from Chicago, Illinois. I wasn't able to watch the first part of it, but I was able to watch it on the Twitter sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And we had The Rock come out and whisper sweet nothings.
Not advertised, by the way. He was advertised for next week's Raw. Not this one. So when I heard that music, I was like, wait a minute. I got the wrong date. What's going on?
Everybody was wondering what he whispered to Cody. I was waiting for, someone who could read lips to tell us what he said. I thought that he said, well, how long have we been recording? Not long. F the revival.
Huge FTR fan.
Yeah.
As he should be.
Mm-hmm.
But it all ended at the end of the night with a beatdown on Cody Rhodes. And people are asking, did The Rock go too far? Hell, there was even a tweet where someone said that they had to turn off the TV because this isn't the wrestling that they want their grandson to watch.
Dang, it wouldn't have lasted about what was that, 25 years ago?
Yeah.
He must not watch AEW.
Yeah. Or New Japan. Or I don't know TNA. Yeah. No.
Everybody's like, yo, F your grandson.
Yeah. Fuck that kid. Yeah. My fault. You've been, my fault. Yeah. But that's my theme. So I've been saying it for like the last 20 something years. So it just comes out naturally now. But no. First of all,
what were you saying? Oh, yeah, I'll let you finish because I got a question for
you. The Rock has said, "Come on, son." That's what he said. He knew that he was going to. He knew what was about to happen, so he was like,
"Oh, they on Peacock."
Yeah, come on, son. That's what he said. So, and
that's like reference for today.
Yeah, there you go. And then, I love the beatdown. I could have seen Swerve doing that. That's how villainous it was. It was. I could have seen just Swerve. Like, I mean, him putting the belt. I told you, Mama Rose. I'm gonna put this blood on this. I'm like, oh man, The Rock and his plastic surgery just looks villainous. All right, what? Chris?
Well.
It's plastic surgery. I love the beatdown. I was sitting there at the end of Raw. I had to check my clock. I was like, they went over? I was like, nah. They had like 5 minutes left. You just throw a Cody in the back. I was like, all right, hey. Somebody brought up a good point. Cody didn't swing back. So I'm thinking, this is kind of ploy.
Nah.
This is about to get to Roman's paranoia. You know how you get.
Yeah. Nah. I'm already, you know where I'm at in this. Even though I'm kind of leaning the other way, I don't think. Okay, I'm going to say this. The Rock being the villain in all of this is perfect. Because it allows Cody to be the hero that he is. He can play into the paranoia of Roman Reigns. And if they decide to leave Roman, like let's say SummerSlam, if they want a face turn from Roman, The Rock is the perfect person to do it. And if he does whatever he does with Cody, and it's a ploy, that kind of tarnishes Cody's legacy, unless they keep Roman as the heel. Like,
If The Rock does something to cost Roman the match, he will be the face at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Even people like Brian Alvarez was talking about if they do Roman versus The Rock, they're like, The Rock has been overshadowing everybody with his promos and everything. Maybe that's because he gets a lot of liberties and gets to say and do whatever he wants.
mm-hmm.
Maybe that's because he's the boss.
Final boss.
But sorry, the final boss. But I do like this run of The Rock. At first, I wasn't really for it, but the more that they're leaning to the other side, I'm like, okay. I don't know if this was the plan. It probably most definitely wasn't. But I'm glad that under Triple H, they're able to pivot.
Yeah.
I believe if that dirty old man was still involved, he would have just
say his name.
stayed quarters.
Nah.
Yeah, no, but no, that's why. But that reason is the big reason that if they wanted to turn Roman, like I can see possibilities of Rock being healed through SummerSlam. I can see The Rock finishing out the year being healed. I think that this has been something that the Rock has been away from this heel persona for so long that he is having so much fun with it that I don't think that he would want to turn face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if they did want to do that, I would think that The Rock would be a great catalyst for Roman to turn face if that happens. If The Rock stays heel and they want to put him through Survivor Series or Rock versus Cody at Survivor Series, I can see how that would go. I mean, it'd be a little bit difficult because there has to be. All right. I'm not going to get too much into it. I do have a bit of doubt in the fact that Cody might win. After this past week, I am like, oh wait, they might just give it to him. Like, cause y'all know I've been saying it for the longest that Cody ain't finishing the story. But the way that Roman pretty much buried Cody in that promo, oh, you the greatest number 2 of all time. That was like, oh shit. They might
That's
just
why
give
I'm
it to him.
towards the other way now. I'm thinking Roman gonna win.
Yeah, but then to follow it up with the total beating that he's gotten, it is kind of hard to say right now. I'm still about 80% sure that he's not finishing the story, but it took me from 99 to 80, so that was a big hit.
Yeah.
Oh, and while we're at it, we're going to take this quick break to say, like, subscribe, and leave a comment on our videos. Because if you didn't know, we are doing an AEW ticket giveaway for April 17th in Indianapolis, Indiana, where you'll get to meet me and again get 2 free tickets for their go home show before AEW Dynasty, April 21st.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know, go to our social medias, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and comment who you want to see at the show. And you'll be entered to win. We are also going to be announcing the winner April 2nd when we film this podcast live on our Discord. So, you still have time. You have about 2 more weeks. So go ahead, get those likes in, get those comments in, share it to all your friends, and I will see you then.
Just a little extra bonus point if you hashtag Statty in there We are making
Yes.
that a thing. Chris Statlander is Statty. So especially if you want to see Statty at the AEW event, I know that if I was going to the one in Indianapolis, I would want to see Statty. I want to see Kira. I want to see the original baddies all together, with the exception of Jade. I miss you, Jade.
We will see you soon.
Yeah, we will.
But the last Dynamite that I went to in Indianapolis was when Statty was facing Jade Cargill for the rematch for the TPS title.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see both of them. I was excited.
Boo.
But going back to Raw, well, going back to just WWE, Shayna Baszler is my spirit person. She gets it. Because at a live show, it was her versus Mommy versus Nia Jax. And, you know, Mommy kind of did a little hike up, started shaking her jelly. I don't think you're ready for that jelly. And just, she was like, wait. She laid down in the corner. Just like, give me that stink face. But sadly, she got Nia Jax, which, I mean,
Hey man, get what you
I mean, it ain't a loss. I mean, it's not a loss, but okay. I mean, it's not Mommy, but it's not a loss.
and then speaking of Mommy got Dirty Dom punched in the face. Got that jaw rocked.
For real rock. They showed it on Twitter, and they slowed it down to the moment of impact. This boy was like, ooh.
Oh, that was Pat. Pat with these instant replays is ridiculous. I love it.
Yeah.
Somebody said they need to take that away from him.
Nah, he need more.
He need more.
It's like,
Yeah.
you just saw her face just do his jaw went.
Yeah, that was messed up. I loved it.
I'm the best.
Yeah. That's why he already surpasses Dad legacy.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, where in the hell is Adam Pearce?
Yeah.
He went on vacation this week.
Because they were running amok. And speaking of amok,
He was on social media hyping up the Bronson Reed Sami Zayn match before Raw last night.
speaking of amok,
Mm-hmm.
that CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins promo that everybody was saying was awkward, and I was dying.
No, it wasn't awkward. It was real. Cause they meant every word of it, but they showed a lot of restraint and all of the stuff that they could have done. I mean, they played into each other.
Yeah.
They played into each other. You can tell that there is some hatred there, but all three of them are assholes. So it works so well. You want to know what I think? No. Nope.
Yeah. No.
Well, I will say,
My favorite line was McIntyre saying, you know, you don't drink, you don't smoke, but you spend all your time in rehab. I was dying. I was like,
that was perfect. And that's what I
even CM Punk was like,
yeah, it's true.
I will say AEW could never.
No, that's because the only reason why AEW could never is because if it was with CM Punk, he would have cried and put up a fit and tried to fight everybody from the very beginning.
Nah, nobody on that roster can verbally jab like CM Punk can.
MJF.
I'm saying MJF did.
MJF is the exception. I mean,
Moxley
anybody
did.
from the elite.
Oh,
No, from the elite.
Leave them boys alone.
Yeah.
That was the gist of it.
See, no, wait. Hangman Adam Page got into his ass and he got very sensitive about it. That's why they couldn't do it. Because if it was any of the elite, he would cry. He would try to fight. He would bite somebody. Or no, that was his friend. Like, no, Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So it could never happen because CM Punk wouldn't allow it. Probably
Yeah,
because he
but-
feel like they not on his level.
And if it was Eddie Kingston, he just let it go because Eddie Kingston said the exact same thing Hangman did.
Yeah, he'll just let it go. He can't. Nope. Kingston will probably really whoop my ass, so I'm just gonna let it slide. That's what it is, because he might really be serious at this point. I know that's how I be feeling. Like I feel like Simon Miller. Does Eddie Kingston think this is real life or is this a promo? We will never know. Yeah, is it a work?
But Drew McIntyre, there's still he's still the number one hater of 24.
Oh yeah.
To the point where he went to what was the bakery called again?
Mindy's.
Yeah, he went up to Mindy's bakery and he was like, he started locking his door. He's like, I'm still in Chicago. Also going by like he was saying, or CM Punk was like, come in here. Are you wearing a skirt or something? He's like, hey, you're gonna get canceled.
So this 2024, you can't be saying that you want to get canceled. He told him to stop looking up his kilt, you perv. Oh,
and then Seth Rollins ended up coming out and being pissed at both of them. It's like, how can you try to make any implications in a match without the champion? Seth is going off on CM Punk. I need Seth Rollins to have that same like gusto that his wife has. Like when Rhea mentioned her daughter, Becky made me want to cry.
Yeah.
And everybody mentions Becky, but Seth just like,
Nah, see, I'm gonna stick up for my boy because I've been one of the people that have been talking shit about Becky being the man in that relationship, right? Seth has always been a step ahead. And if he's going to be that person that is a step ahead, he can't have that type of fiery rage that Becky be having. He can't be that because in having that, it would make it seem like somebody touched a sore spot for him. But just like when what was his name, Matt Riddle was talking shit about him, and it looked like he touched a sore spot, and he was like, "Oh, since we want to talk about families, let's talk about." And he was getting into it, and it made Matt Riddle want to go off, and like that is the Seth that is perfect, and that Seth can't have that type of. Oh, this mother talking about me. No, he's gonna be like, oh, you said that? I'm gonna show up at your house. You said that? You know what?
He's no LA Knight.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah. True. Okay. No, that's when he did it with Edge. It was like it's always a big long game for Seth. Mm-hmm. Which is why that works for him, but that is always why he's outshadowed by his wife, because she's just that energy. She's that charismatic. She is just like, at some point you think Seth is psycho. At some point you think Seth is just obnoxious. At some point you think that Seth ain't as smart as what he claims to be, and then it always turns out that, oh, it's just a ruse. Oh, it's just he just played everybody, which is the quiet ones. Which is why Cody ain't winning. That's what it goes back to.
All the way back to
always. Is it look? And our podcast is going to come back with me. It's going to come back to fuck CM Punk. It's going to come back to Cody's not finished in the story, and then the conspiracy that everybody's going to be working together pretty soon.
Well,
I seen a tweet that somebody said after Mania, I don't want to hear nothing about finish this story. I got this. Yeet, or it's like, all types of stuff. Like they got a whole laundry list.
Yeah,
I feel it though. I gotta finish this story one more time. I'm gonna blow a gasket too. Just let me over.
To finish this story.
Oh, here we go.
On CM Punk.
What did I just say?
He will be the guest commentator for that match. He asked if the crowd wanted him to be the ref, which, of course, everybody
Of course
wants him
they
to be
did.
the ref. But I was like, yo, I can definitely see CM Punk screwing over both Cody Rhodes, or not Cody Rhodes, Seth
We
Rollins
already screwed him over.
and Drew McIntyre, leading to Senior Money in the Bank. Because you know he's going to lose his title first night to cash in at WrestleMania. And he becomes the new WWE Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, when you mentioned that, I forgot about Damian Priest and Money in the Bank. They've been
Yeah.
kind of keeping it out of his light. So I was like, all right, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still want McIntyre to win, but they go that route.
Hey, can't go
That'd be
wrong
cool.
with that. Plus, they also have been like hinting at Andrade possibly joining. I don't think he is,
Yeah,
but the potential. And like I love how they've been doing this for a while. Like ever since like Triple H has really been in charge, whether it was the first time or now, they've
Mm-hmm.
always hinted like these little seeds. So in the New Day versus DOI in their segment, they
the new
had Drew
the new
McIntyre
Generation
speaking
X.
of Paul Heyman. In another part of it, I forget who they had talking to each other. Oh, it was Dom and Andrade.
Yeah, yeah,
So I love how they're just setting seeds, and even the fact that we don't know what's happening with Rey Mysterio because Dom went back and screwed over Rey Mysterio when he was wrestling Santos.
yep.
So there's all these stories intertwining with each other, especially because it's WrestleMania season. We
Is
know that we're getting Jay and Jimmy. Hell, Sammy might be joining the Academy.
yeah.
And can I mention real quick? I think it was last week where Sammy had the one-on-one with Gunther,
Mm-hmm.
and they followed him through the curtains, walked past Truth and Miz, which
Oh, the
led to them.
transition. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was really cool.
I want them to do that more, and I want them to bring back that drone footage or shot that
Yeah.
they did at Backlash last year.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. The production just been
spot on.
yeah, A tier. But yeah, Dom was like, mommy was like getting a little thinking face. The clip of him attacking Rey Mysterio. He's like, I'm sorry, mommy, I just hate him. Like, dang, leave your pops alone, man. He doing his own thing. He on a whole different show.
Yeah.
But
Man.
that's why Dom at the top.
Hater, yeah. Heel. Well, no,
Yeah.
Hater is Drew.
Hey,
But
true,
Heel, yeah. He is the top. Beating out Roman Reigns.
crazy.
That is insane. And he's been doing it for well over a year now.
Yeah, it's just over here.
That's the crazy part. Like I thought eventually they would get tired. I knew I would never get tired because I love those type of heels. But I thought the crowd would eventually get tired of them. But they kept him insulated. They put him in meaningful matches, and when they didn't put him in meaningful matches, they well I don't want to say meaningful matches, but even smaller matches they made meaningful, like him going to NXT and all of those things when they really didn't have anything for him. But it was amazing how much people still hate him. Like they haven't even gotten to indifference. They like, no, we still passionately hate this guy. Yeah, and that's ridiculous.
So good.
And going back to what Audie has said a little bit earlier about how he still believes that all of these promotions will work together. He kind of had something like going on with that thought. It wasn't here in the USA.
Yet,
It was over in the land of the rising sun. Because it was announced that not only New Japan Wrestling, but Noah,
Mm-hmm.
DDT,
Mm-hmm.
Stardom,
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Gate,
Mm-hmm.
and BJW. I don't know what BJW is, though. I'm not going to lie. But they will be holding a joint event together May 6th as the United Japan Pro Wrestling. And I am here for that.
Yes.
I am a huge fan of New Japan Wrestling. When I was actively wrestling, I was constantly watching Dragon Gate. I was constantly watching DDT because they would have their matches very available on YouTube. And I am looking forward to whatever match that they have. I feel like it's going to be a longer show than AEW. I feel like that's like that feels like a 6-7 hour show.
Oh yeah. Let them do that. AEW gonna have a weekend episode of Dynamite. It's just gonna last for 3 days. Nobody's gonna top
2
us.
days of Forbidden Door.
Right.
Well,
Forbidden
House.
Door is lasting a month.
Forbidden House.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
swear. Nah, never mind.
Speaking actually of New Japan, I guess we can talk. Like we talked about Jungle Boy last week.
Mm-hmm.
There's not any new news, but it's just come out that they had plans for Jungle Boy to come back. Sorry, Jack Perry to come back in December. Then CM Punk came back, which then made TK a little bit probably more mad. Jack Perry has stated that he has not apologized
Good.
for what happened, but that he hadn't heard from Tony Khan in X amount of months, and that he told Tony Khan's lawyers that he would not be the first person to reach out.
Good. Stay
And
mad.
As much as I'm not a fan of him, I'm on his side in this thing.
Yeah.
But that's like we said it last week that granted, when somebody is suspended, I understand why TK kind of out of sight, out of mind him. But the fact that he's now able to come back and you just kind of refuse. Granted, they are still working together because it was Rocky Romero and Tony Khan that came together with Jack Perry to get him over to New Japan Wrestling. But Tony Khan's ability to communicate is. Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Nope, can't hear me.
I hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
You hear me now?
Yep.
Sorry, I knocked my thing out. But Tony Khan's lack of communication, I can see being the ultimate, not downfall of AEW, but I can see that being the downfall to some of his relationships with some of his not only day one talent, but just his talent in general. That and then his inability to control the talent and nip stuff in the bud when it needs to be. I can see that being that not being that is the bigger issue to anything with the Elite, CM Punk, Andrade, Sammy,
Miro.
Miro, Keith Lee, Jack Perry, could just name so many different incidences where the communications just was non existent.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know how y'all feel about that, but
Chris, I'm gonna let you go real quick.
Nah, I mean, I feel the same way. I mean, TK just need to. I don't know if he need a better team to help with this kind of stuff, or he himself just need to, reach out more. Because apparently that whole Jack Perry ripping up the AEW contract wasn't let's say, I guess it wasn't approved, or it wasn't
Yeah, it wasn't approved. He just that or the scapegoat.
Yeah.
He's just doing that on his own.
Yeah. So you can't have people ripping up your contracts on a live show. Well, I don't know if it was live, but on a show on another promotion.
Yeah.
And you not know about it or not even talk about it. Like, he said he didn't reach out. He said he got suspended. Then he didn't hear from TK for 2 months. Then he was talking about bringing him back. Then December happened. And then it was like another 7 months. He ain't heard from TK. Like, come on now. Reach out, man. What you doing?
Tony's acting like a little kid. This ain't fun for him anymore. No, like in all seriousness, this ain't fun for him anymore. Remember when all of this was fun? He would be everywhere. He'll be on podcasts. He'll be doing everything. When was the last time? Like, shit, the host of Busted Open Radio said he don't even know why Tony don't even come on there anymore. Like, and it ain't like they spoken bad about him, really. I mean, people have been critical, but ain't been speaking bad about him. It's just not fun for him anymore. He's overwhelmed. And because of that, you're right, he don't know how to communicate. He acts like a little kid. He don't want to talk to you for 2 months. Then when he tries to start warming up to you, he see his ex-girlfriend, and then he gets mad again. It's all your fault. She's not here anymore. Yeah, that's what he's acting like. He acting like a teen who just lost his girl to the football player, and he don't want to blame himself. He want to find somebody else. And
he within the last month or so, he's done a few interviews. He's even done an interview with Cam Newton, which is shocking.
Okay, he's done an interview with Cam Newton, football.
A few other, never mind. That would be more football. Yeah. But he's done a few different interviews that I'm looking at. Shout out to all these podcasters who have gotten TK on the show.
Yeah.
There's Adrian Hernandez. And that was a month ago. The Comic Book Nation, that was 6 days ago. And well, Janice Sato, of course, she's going to get an interview. But yeah, the rest of them have been like 9 to a year out.
Everything goes from 9 to a year out. That makes sense. Considering everything that was going on. Now, like, he's 9 months ago, what happened? It was the All Out, right? I mean, All In, the Jack Perry, right? All right. So when he felt like he was coming back, it was December, and so CM Punk, he still don't want to talk to anybody. Now that everything is coming underway, he feels a little more confident. He got Okada. He's gotten who was the other new one? He signed Will Ospreay. Like, there's a little more confidence there. He can hop. He's now it's something like this. But again, even with that, 3 episodes, one of them is pretty much his. Another one is football, and the other 2 is I would give you the other 2, but that is a lot less than what he would normally be doing. So, but again, he's from the way that it looks overwhelmed. He looks like this ain't fun. He did not understand what Vince McMahon had to do. And now that he's getting it and he's making all the... in comparison to Vince McMahon, he has made all the right decisions thus far. But as far as the business going, he just made all the wrong decisions. He chose an icon over your day ones. That is not something that you really supposed to do. And I don't mean the elite, because the elite is on a whole different thing. And he did choose CM Punk over the elite by giving him another TV show. But one of the people that started from nothing, that really didn't have a name, that built up your tag team division, that build up his name and his legacy in your group. Yo, day one, you choose the guy that went back to his old abusive lover. Like, it don't make sense. And so he just makes a whole bunch of wrong decisions in that. But that's because he's a fan. He's not of the business. And that's where it goes wrong. And he just needs to get somebody that is of the business. If you want to just put everything in Jim Ross' hand to just say, hey, Jim, take care of this roster. You ain't got to be on you don't have to do no hosting. You ain't got to be a commentator. You don't have to do nothing. Just take care of them right now, because I'm doing everything wrong. Let me just figure out what to do. Let me shadow you. You let me see you take care of it. I'm going to let you have the final say in a bunch of these things. If he does that, there could be a big change. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's a kid. He's a kid. That's all it is. He's a kid.
And speaking of AEW, I just want everybody to know that we are doing a ticket giveaway. 2 free tickets to AEW Dynamite, April 17th in Indianapolis, Indiana. All you have to do is go to all of our social medias, like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment stating who do you want to see at AEW Dynamite, April 17th, the Wednesday before Dynasty.
Yeah.
And also, we are not shitting on AEW.
Oh no, we love AEW.
There is so much to love about AEW. We want AEW to thrive. Competition brings out the best in wrestling. Mm-hmm. People think that WWE is just doing just well because I don't care what nobody says. They are competing with AEW. And they are trying to make a product, hair in my mouth, better than AEW. Are they succeeding? That's for everybody else to fight and whatever about on the internet. I just love it because they are now putting on a great show. AEW is putting on a decently great show. They have their moments. It's not like it was in the past, but they can always get there. Competition breeds greatness. We aren't the tribalistic type. Not here on this podcast. We love all wrestling, whether it is the bigger promotions or whether it's the local promotions. And by the way, check out your local promotion in your area. You never know who you might see at the wrestling show, and you never know where that person might go. Mm-hmm. When I lived in Orlando, I trained in Orlando. There's so many people, like Malik Blade. He's on NXT right now. I trained with him. I've trained with the Creed brothers before. I've trained with Mercedes Moné. I've had seminars with Malachi Black, and Zelina Vega was there. So always go to your local wrestling shows because you never know who's going to make it. Mm-hmm. That being said, if you want to become a pro wrestler, find your nearest wrestling school. Go and talk to them. Go see how, it might cost a lot. It might not. They will have some type of plan that if you really want to try this, I say do this. There's a camaraderie within wrestling. Yes, it can slightly make you jaded from time to time, but it gives you a new respect for the wrestling business that you probably didn't even know you had. The hustle and bustle, the getting in the car, driving to... Here's the thing that I did. As I lived in Orlando, Florida, I drove to Detroit for a wrestling show at Belle Isle. From Detroit, I drove to Indiana, slept for a night. Then I had to drive to Chicago for an MLW uh, thing for like 2 days, and then I had to drive right back to Orlando, and I had to go to work the next day. That was tiring.
Hold on.
But
I want to add to that. People don't understand. This wasn't like, oh, it was a Detroit summer. This was in the winter. I think it was around Christmas, New Year, Thanksgiving. It was a Detroit Thanksgiving. And he brought his ass all the way from warm Florida, 67, 70 degree weather in the fall, to 20 something degree Thanksgiving Detroit. I don't have snow, I have mud ice all through it, to wrestle on Belle Isle, which is on the water.
It was so cold that I was like, you know what? I am wrestling in a sweatshirt. I am not going out there, because I would just wear my wrestling trunks and that would be it. I wore my sweatshirt because I was like, I am not getting that cold. I got sick, but it was still a fun time.
And then turn around to go back to Indianapolis, that's still cold to still wrestle. And wasn't Detroit wrestling outside?
Yes.
He wasn't even in the building. He was on Belle Isle. They put him right next to the giant slide, I think. He was right
I do think that we were by the giant slide, and the people I was riding with, I was like, yo, this is the giant slide that I burnt my on as a kid.
Yep. People got concussed on that slide. But yeah, that is the dedication. That is the craziness. That is the insanity of a person that just loves something and goes to follow the dream. And if you think that you have that, the wrestling school. Like, then if you think that it might be something for you, go to your local wrestling events and talk to some of the wrestlers. Ask them what it is that they do and is it worth it for them? Because some of these people are going and they're spending money to actually wrestle. So it ain't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a couple $100 here. No, we can only pay you $50 and the gas alone is $175. And then I gotta
50.
Yeah, see, I was being generous. Yeah.
Woo.
Like,
Generous. You're being super generous if you're giving somebody $50.
Yeah, see?
I was getting like 10, 20 on a lucky day, like $30 for a show. Like it will show the people who are truly dedicated and who aren't. And like, if you're not like completely dedicated, stay being a fan. Like being a fan, you will love it. You'll still get to be cool. Like, I was friends with a lot of fans. Like, I would talk to them on a regular. We'd go hang out. But if your heart won't be into it, just don't do it. Don't do it. But if you think that you have what it takes, please do it. You'll love it. Sorry, went off on a tangent there, everybody.
All in all, support indie wrestling.
Yes, support all indie wrestling. I know I've gone to my local wrestling event, WCWO, Naptown All Pro. There's one in like 20 minutes away from me. I'm going to be doing some interviews pretty soon with a couple of them, so be on the lookout for that. Hashtag Balls of the Ring. And besides doing my selfless plug, let's see. We got a huge, amazing announcement last Friday. A storm is coming this Friday to SmackDown. Jade, formerly known as the number one champion in AEW, finally decided to go to SmackDown.
Yes, sir.
I am so excited, but super hurt because I'm going to Raw in a couple months. Oh, dog. No, the only reason why I said it is because I believe it's in May.
Oh.
And I got to look at the tickets because I might be on the set of a movie. So hopefully I'm not. But that being said, going back to Jade.
SmackDown.
Oh,
Mania.
hey, Jade Money Cargill's going to be there.
That's true. Oh, and it's after Mania? Yeah, she might be there. Oh. Okay, I might have to go now. I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, go for it. I'm peer pressuring him into going to SmackDown after Mania because Jade Cargill is going to be there.
Yes. I don't even know what the pressure is. The answer is yes.
It wasn't no pressure.
Okay.
He just had to remind me. That's all.
Yeah.
But Jade Cargill will be debuting this Saturday or this Friday on SmackDown. I'm thinking is at WrestleMania they do Damage Controls, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane versus Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill.
I would love that.
Well, we know who's taking the pin in that match.
Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dakota.
Yeah. Too bad.
Love you, King Kunta. But yeah. But then again, I don't know because they're also setting up Bianca versus Tiffany Stratton.
Oh.
Okay.
So there's so many different layers. Like there's so many people who deserve to have a match. I know the Street Profits aren't going to be in a tag team match for the titles because they beat AOP over the weekend or last Friday. AOP is going to interfere in the match on Friday, but at WrestleMania it will be a 6-man tag.
Okay.
So it'd be the Final Testament versus the Pride, which I don't know why they just haven't changed their like all around gimmick to the Pride. But yeah, Jade Cargill definitely needs to be on Mania. There's another person who's going to be at Mania who was announced on Monday, Meek Mill. And if he does not do Dream and Nightmares, I don't know what other song he really could do.
There is no other song that he could do. Seriously, there's no other song Meek Mill can do. He can't wake up in a new Bugatti. I think that was Ace Hood.
Yes, Ace Hood.
What is it? It's levels to the shit. No, wait a minute, that's Ace Hood too.
But when I saw that, I started going through his catalog and I was like,
no, he has nothing.
Yeah, I was like,
he has
Dreams and Nightmares is the song that everybody's going to know. Granted, the one thing about WrestleMania is that everybody at WrestleMania is not going to be from Philly. They're going to be from all around the world. But when it comes to Meek Mill, people more know Dreams and Nightmares. Or Welcome to My House Party.
Nobody knows Welcome to House Party.
Welcome to my house party. Welcome to my house party.
Yeah, no. Meek, listen, I never thought that I was going to get this off. For real. I never thought that I was going to get this off. You can ask everybody that knows me. Since 2011, when I first was introduced to him, I thought that he's a little slow. Yeah. Y'all know it. Y'all see it now. With y'all seeing him? Oh, yeah. Nope. Bring it back. He's a
I have family in Philly. I am not.
Okay.
I'm muting up.
He stole all of Ace Hood's charisma, song style, structure, everything. He took Ace Hood's spot from DJ Khaled. He has no good song other than Dreams and Nightmares. He has no good song. Nobody listened to him like that. This whole Diddy thing has just made it. No, because I've been saying that since 2011 too. I'm like, is he? There's like, no man, he just a street dude. Then you see him with the little Birkin with the person. He's like, I said, no, this is not real, and I'm gonna send y'all the picture. Cause people be like, no, they ain't got no picture like that. No, he doing that, bunny hopping around all of these rich, successful white people. Something is not right with him. And I need y'all to understand that. Only other good song he has is with Nicki Minaj, and he can't do that song. Oh, Meek ain't that great.
Damn.
Yeah. He got bodied by Drake. Well, everybody know that. Even though I did like his Undertaker song, even though it wasn't memorable, I liked it. Meek is. Can somebody tell him to just get off of Twitter? Because it never looks good for him when he gets on Twitter. He been beefing with academics for the last decade. For the last decade. He been beefing with academics, haven't done anything. He could have went up to Everyday Struggle when he was with Joe Budden. He could have went up to Everyday Struggle when he wasn't with Joe Budden. He could have just been doing all of this stuff. And then he has the nerve to be like, yeah, we know where he at. You knew where he was for like the last decade. Stop it. Stop it. You used to be hard. You out of touch. Thank you for helping out all of the people that you are working to help out. But you can't contradict yourself by being this super, super gangster that you really aren't. You was a grimy, rough looking nigga. That is it. You got some money. Whoa. You grew.
Speaking of a grimy, idiotic jabroni who should shut his mouth.
Yeah, old man.
Bill Goldberg. Come front of stage. Don't you dare in your life disrespect Asuka like that. Like, let's be real. Your whole streak was fugazi.
Fabricated. Your
whole streak was non-existent.
Lies.
Asuka's streak was real.
I'm sorry. It's wrestling, so it's still
like
yeah.
With her doing regular NXT,
mm-hmm.
her doing house shows,
mm-hmm.
her doing main roster. There's proof that she got to the number that she did. You, on the other hand, WCW wasn't doing house shows.
No, they wasn't.
WCW wasn't doing, I don't believe, Thunder at the time. So you, sir.
Yeah. In that aspect, yeah. He was...
Yo, mouth shut.
He was 3 matches in and he already had 30 wins. We was trying to figure this out. Like, how does that happen?
You have 2 moves of doom.
And
you have the spear and the jackhammer.
Okay. You don't have 2 moves of doom. You have 2 moves in your entire repertoire. I seen the William Regal fight when he had to carry you for like 6 minutes because you didn't know what to do. Not even the fact that you didn't know what to do. You didn't even have confidence in what it was that you were doing. Stiff ass. Out of here. And I don't forgive you for giving fucking Bret Hart the concussion.
Nope.
You just a more popular what's the loser that blocked us? Oh
Ryback.
Okay.
yeah, Ryback. you was just a more popular Ryback.
He never gonna block us now.
Yeah.
I hope Goldberg decides he wants to, block us. Because I'm not big on like showing people who blocked us, because I think Ryback's the only one.
Yeah.
I will make it my life's purpose and joy to show off that you blocked us, because you are trash.
Super.
And here's the thing. As a kid, I loved you.
Yeah.
I still like...
As a kid, I still didn't get him.
I still respect you just because, again, I respect every person who gets into the ring. But dog, Asuka is a real worker.
Yeah. Talented.
She is pure talent, and you are pure
basura.
schmuck. You are a schmuck.
Hey, you garbage, man.
Garbino.
Yeah, basura.
Hot trash.
Garbage.
Puto.
Garbage. You You rudimentary. That's what it is. As a wrestler, you just rudimentary. You just very basic. And I swear.
Yeah, basic.
And another thing. I don't forgive you for what you did to Dolph Ziggler in SummerSlam 2019 either.
Yeah, he was there. He seen it.
Yeah, I was there. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. I seen it, and I don't forgive you. He deserved better. He didn't deserve 2 moves. That was it.
I don't forgive you for what you did to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't forgive you what you did to Kevin Owens.
Yeah. I don't forgive you for what you did to Chris Jericho. There goes my reference. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in my Kevin Owens situation, he screwed Chris Jericho out of that too. So yeah.
Yeah.
So Goldberg.
That's why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
We will end this by just saying, keep any professional wrestler out your damn mouth. Let your son go and play for Deion Sanders in Colorado, and you just be that nice little fan in the background. Don't say nothing. You keep saying that you have one more match.
Nobody wants that match.
We don't want to see that match. And you say Triple H has a vendetta against you? No. Life has a vendetta against you. So stop while you're ahead, old man.
Yeah.
The match you had with The Undertaker was garbage.
Yeah. And I just want to say much success to your son. I want all of the youngin'. I wish much success to him. And I wish a happy and joyful life for you, because that's the type of guy I am. But in keeping it wrestling, you trash.
Trash always be trash.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you couldn't.
You couldn't lace her boots. I'll say it.
Yes.
Listen, Bill.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Stick to the rivers and lakes that you used to. The 2 moves. John Cena has more moves than you, man. That is ridiculous. Hulk Hogan has more, and we hate Hulk Hogan over here. We hate that nigga. But you can't bring up Hulk Hogan's name. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hornswoggle has more moves than you.
And he only 2 feet.
Him and his match with El Toro, I think that was his name.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Their TLC match, much better than any match that you had. Because you can't go that long.
That's what she said.
But getting off of that old man, in our final bit of news,
I'm sorry.
WWE has announced a new reality show that is going to premiere on a Roku. It's a Roku original. Yes. And it's going to be a new invention of Tough Enough. It's basically a wrestling combine. They're putting on a reality show of people going to their tryouts to find new superstars. I believe I can't remember when it premieres. I can look it up real quick because I was looking it up just in general.
I
Hmm?
thought it was the 5th, April 5th.
Oh, so WrestleMania week. So
Yeah, it's next week.
that's so much wrestling to watch. That is going to be a long week.
That's why I
'Cause
took that Friday and Monday off.
We have Monday Night Raw. We have Tuesday NXT. Wednesday Dynamite. If you have the capabilities to watch ROH or Impact, you have that on Thursday. Friday we have SmackDown, which they are also going to be doing the Hall of Fame, I believe, that same day or right after. Saturday they're going to have Collision again.
Isn't there a 3-hour collision at midnight or something like that?
No, they yeah.
Let's
I see somebody put that as like, yeah. He said, I'm just gonna watch it on Monday. Because I'll be watching NXT Stand and Deliver on Saturday.
That's going to be Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Then we have WrestleMania Night 1.
Yep.
Then we have WrestleMania Night 2.
Yep.
And then we started all over again with Monday Night
Raw. I told you I took that Friday and Saturday or Monday off. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I've been legit not watching wrestling shows. Like I fell asleep before during the Jey Uso match because I had to go to work. I've been just like, you know what? I got to turn it off. I have to go to sleep. There's been certain shows where though I wanted to watch it, I'm like, look, I can't give it the proper like views that I can, so I'm just not going to watch it. Plus, with there being so much wrestling, that takes away from all the other things that I want to watch, all the animes that I want to watch, all shows I need to catch up on. I need to still catch up on Abbott Elementary. I have like three episodes I need to watch. So, and I'm watching Avatar: The Last Airbender with my girlfriend. So we have episodes that we need to catch up on. And somebody posted, actually, let me find it real quick. You guys can talk, and I'm gonna find this real quick.
Yeah, so I don't know what to talk about other than I got some more words for Goldberg. Hey, Goldberg. Fuck you. Hey, Goldberg. Yeah, that's really all that's need to be said.
Okay, found it.
There you go.
On Twitter, shout out to Mr. Wrestling 4, and at his username is wrestling _ VI, which actually no, that's 6. Sorry, my room rules. It's been a while. He said, with all the hours of pro wrestling on television, what goes into deciding what to watch? And I was honest. I said sleep, work, and having a personal life outside of wrestling, because hint, hint, that's healthy. I also put, with my shoot job, I work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. While also doing my podcast and trying to start a new one, along with other content. I have a hard time falling asleep, so sometimes it's like, do I sacrifice my sleep or do I watch wrestling, which can be 6 to 7 days out of the week. But again, I want to watch some non-wrestling shows. I want to, as much as I love doing this podcast, it's just too much sometimes, and I don't have a lot of time. None of us have a lot of time.
Yeah.
You guys are married with kids. I just am slower than a bag of rocks rolling down a hill.
Yeah, no, it is very important that All right, I will say it like this. Only way that this much wrestling is important to you is if you are Brian Alvarez.
Here, Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, or Dave Meltzer. Like those two guys, their love for wrestling, they turned it into a lifestyle. They turned it into a business. They done turned it into something that is technically bigger than just them. So anybody that comes into their life got to understand that this is what I do. This is my life. People are going to come up to me and talk wrestling. I'm going to talk wrestling on a daily basis pretty much. I used to write articles. I'm doing live videos and everything. We got matches every night. And guess what? I sit and I watch each and every one of them. And if I don't watch it that night, I will do a watch back in the morning because this is my life. This is not just my life. This is my livelihood. This is everything to me. So you got to deal with it. That's the only way that this is acceptable. If you don't have that love to turn this into your livelihood, because I'll say it like this, NCT, tell me if I'm right or wrong. When you decided to become a wrestler, everything about becoming a wrestler because you really wanted to do it encompassed your life. You had to do the weight training, you had to do the practices, you had to go do the shows. You couldn't even watch wrestling because you was doing so much that went into wrestling.
Yes. And it also got to the point where when I did have free time, I did not want to think about wrestling. And it goes into like right now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to think about wrestling. I didn't want to watch something and then my mind goes like, "Oh snaps! I want to do this. I want to do this." Like, there was time that I would study and like watch it. Like I said, I would watch Dragon Gate, Shnoa. I would watch like indie events, but I just needed a break.
Mm-hmm. And guess what?
Because
Go ahead.
Because that's like I eventually had to do so much that I just got drained. And during those times, like I think I would get a lot of flack because I would take breaks. Like I wouldn't do shows. I'd still go to training, but I wouldn't go as much because we had training 4 days out of the week. And there was times where I'd be like, you know what? I need to cut off wrestling all in general, just to let my body rest, give myself a break, like rewind, readjust. I had to take a Dean Ambrose break. Shout out to him for finally getting a break. Because if I didn't, I was just going to burn out.
Right.
Yeah. And guess what? That is healthy. That is perfectly fine. And I'm going to also say this. Some people wouldn't even understand that because they love it so much that it didn't make sense to them. Why would you take a break from this? And those are the people where wrestling 24/7, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. That's the only time that wrestling is where it's like that becomes acceptable to a person, because it's there has to be a love there for you to do this every day.
Well, that thing is, I was also in school. I was a full-time student.
Oh, no.
And I still had a job.
Oh yeah, no. And what I mean by that, I meant this had to be a psychotic love, like how some people, it's either basketball or bus or it's all of this, and they, instead of going to the clubs and all of this, they get in the basketball court, they're watching film, they're doing all of this. When they encompass their lives to that psychotic amount, that's the only time where I can say, all right, that's where he is okay at. Let him stay okay over there. Everybody else is like, listen, you trying to do this podcast and this wrestling, you need to take a break from it because I can see you're wearing. I can see you breaking. I can see that you might need a break from this. If you need a couple of weeks, you need a couple of weeks. And we've done that. There's been times where we've been sick. There's been times where life has happened and then I couldn't be here, or you got stuff that's going on and everybody else had to take a break. There's nothing wrong with that. And you got to make time for that. And what matters to me is family. I tell my job, if my family calls, that I'm running. There ain't nothing. So if wrestling is taking up too much time, you take a step back. That, yeah. But shout out to the guy that posted that.
And real quick, this is the last thing I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
They have somewhat of a card for tomorrow. Catch this, going against Strickland.
Oh yeah. Tony said they was bringing back the rankings. Okay.
Young Buck versus Private Party.
Rematch. I can't wait.
Will Ospreay versus Shibata.
Oh my god, bro! What is this? What is this?
And then we are having a 4-way match with Mercedes Moné on commentary, but it's Statty versus Dark Sky Blue versus Anna Jay versus Willow Nightingale.
Ooh.
And the winner gets a title shot at AEW Dynasty.
Anna Jay, where's she been?
Listen, I'm just happy that she's here.
She was on ROH. She lost to Queen Aminata in the ROH Women's TV title match. But on Collision, we get FTR versus the Infantry.
Okay.
So that's something to look forward to. And now that is the last thing that I have to say, is there anything else we need to talk about before we all go our separate ways and I watch a little bit more anime? Shringala?
Predictions next week.
Oh.
Yeah, predictions is next week. Fuck, okay. That's cool. You know what? After WrestleMania, I'm saying this. I'm saying this now. I don't care what is coming next. Name that wrestler is coming back.
Oh, okay.
Name that wrestler is coming back, people. But those season 2, right? Because the first season was interrupted by pay-per-views every week. It was quite literally a pay-per-view. Just about every week.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And thank God I implemented that we're not doing predictions for everything. So we do predictions for WrestleMania. Dynasty, yeah. That's how that's going to go. Dynasty, those look like great matches. On to the next thing. That's what we doing. But so I'm bringing that back. And I'm going to be doing the first set of questions. So it's going to be y'all two going against each other. I'm bringing that back. So, yeah.
So wait. Are we doing like the ranking systems and just like restarting so we're all at 0?
Please.
Yeah, we're all at 0.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, we're all at 0.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Which we are going to try our hardest to get our other wrestlers
They gotta see all that.
Oh no, I'm about to work on that. It's gonna come.
So be on the lookout for that.
You gotta do that.
I know we're probably going to redo certain wrestlers, but screw it. New season, new us.
Great. And if some of the wrestlers have a lot of accolades and stuff that we haven't talked about, it just makes it even more fun. But no. And for the people that is going to watch it, because we are going to go live, we are technically live now on our Discord. So if you join our Discord, the link is down at the bottom. You get to watch it live with us. So for those people that are going to be watching after WrestleMania, that are going to be here after WrestleMania, understand that we are going to name that wrestler first, and then we're going to get into the podcast, because trying to mix it in and everything is just a little too complicated and messes with the flow of stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing. All right, that's cool with everybody?
Yep.
All right. Anything else from y'all two?
Yeah, just leave WCW out of this.
No. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Back to
No.
the homework.
Yeah. You just gotta. I mean, there's a whole catalog going on
Yeah.
on Peacock. It ain't like you ain't got it. I mean, it's like me with the Ring of Honor or TNA. Yeah. So.
That's true.
All right. So I guess there's only like one thing left to say. Fuck you, Goldberg. All right. No. All right. Yeah, talking about Asuka is really fuck you, Goldberg. You are, I don't want to say legend, but you made WCW popular. I'll say that. You made WCW popular. I'm not taking anything away from you, but it's still, fuck you for talking about Asuka like you really did a quarter of what she did. We love you. We even do an interview with you. Anybody that hate us, we take on all. But
Yeah, right back.
great, right back. Yeah. Oh, I gotta tell y'all. Rhino if he's gored somebody, they didn't kick out. Nobody has kicked out of the gore.
Maybe.
Yeah, no. He said if anybody, he said this. He said he said that if anybody said that, because there's probably been one or two that hasn't kicked out. No, he said those weren't the gore. That was the spear.
There you go. It's a difference, damn it.
Right, it's a difference. Yeah, but so shout out to Rhino, Michigander. Yeah.
Rhino was cool as hell.
Yeah, he was. But with that being said, another episode in the books. Pew, 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 pew. We did it. All right. If nobody told you that they love you, nobody told you that they love you, I love you. I do love you. I love you. I love you. Ooh, ooh.
Not me.
Yeah, he don't. He's more so, I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. That's CT. That's from the heart. But if nobody said that you're awesome, we all do think that you're awesome. Thank you for being here with us. Understand that anything that has happened, whether it's good or bad, is momentarily and it's for lessons for you to be better. So take those bad moments as lessons, take those good moments as memories to why you do what it is that you do. And whenever you come to the next obstacle, take what you learned, kill that shit. You can do it. We got your back. We're rooting for you. I really don't think there's anything else left to really say. Until next time, all I really want you to do is what it is that you love doing, and that is listening to these podcasts, watching on Roku live, playing 2K24. CT has it, by the way, so when he hops on the game, we'll give you our gamer tags. So when he hops on the game, you can hop on with us. Do anything.
Triple threat happening soon.
Triple threat is definitely happening soon. Helldivers, I got that. I'm on that. Yeah, I gotta learn how to play that. Yeah, and I'm gonna start live streaming that. I'm getting my shit together.
I got y'all.
All right. Yeah, but do what it is that you love doing. That's everything that has anything to do with everything about wrestling. Until next time, peace. Love y'all.
Yeah.